we start adding 12 botanicals, four Florida citruses to it, and it calms the gin down. It's not as dry, not as sharp. We serve it as a gin and tonic. The tonic mix is going to be some Florida lime, Florida sugar cane, and the main ingredient in all of your tonics, which is
I would get the grade, that's all I have.
So this is a gin and tonic. Our gin was 2 years in a row best craft distilled gin in the United States. Really proud of that. So this helps. Come on up and get yourself a sample. Because our tiki mix contains coconut cream, vanilla, almond, cinnamon, nutmeg, lime, and pineapple. So we're going to feature our rum. So this is a 90 proof rum. Rum starts out as a food grade molasses. They distill that, they put it in a bourbon barrel. So it ages in a bourbon barrel for a year. It gets that beautiful color, otherwise it's clear. And it gets a caramel and a vanilla flavor as well. So we're mixing 1 shot of that to 1 shot of our tiki and 2 shots of club soda. And that's the rum tiki.
Magnolia Avenue. It's an absolutely gorgeous road. Yeah, we actually do get a lot of people who actually come over here for like wedding photos and everything and take a picture down this road. That's how beautiful it is. Alright, but since we have everybody on board, oh, real quick, here's a really good photo op for you. Right at this stop sign, look to your right hand side. You're gonna notice something. Yep, that's it. I know you want to bully me. I haven't even made it in there yet. Just wait. Alright, so besides the peacock on the wall, does anybody notice anything else about Magnolia Avenue? Anything at all? No magnolias down Magnolia Avenue. That is absolutely correct. Hotel burned down the same year that the Ponce de Leon opened, and when the fire department was called, they reported that their hoses had been cut, so they were unable to extinguish that blaze. Of course, no connection to Henry Slagler was ever made. And we are approaching the Visitor Information Center now. But if you look out here, you'll only see about 100 tombstones. So you might ask, well, where did a third of the population go? Trust me, everyone, they're in there. During the yellow fever outbreak, they had to get rid of bodies very quickly. We can find the oldest Windsor Schoolhouse, St. Bodio's Greek Orthodox Shrine, and pretty much anything else you might want to eat in St. Augustine. Coming up on the right is Slagler College. It originally opened in 1888 as the Ponce de Leon Hotel. It was the first hotel in America to have hot and cold running water and electricity in every room. In fact, they had electricity here 5 years before the White House. Now that power was provided by diesel generators, built and installed by the Edison Company. And those generators can be found at the Smithsonian today. Now a lot of people were afraid of electricity back in the late 1800s. They didn't really understand what it was, but they certainly knew it could be dangerous. Now that area of the building has 78 Lewis Comfort Tiffany stained glass windows all the way around it. Of course you can't see them that well from outside because they are covered in bulletproof glass. But you do get an up-close personal look when you're on their tour, and they are pretty amazing. Now those windows are insured at a value of $131 million, which probably makes them some of the most expensive glass in the world, and of course that's why they're covered in bulletproof glass today. And that little piece of property that Slagler wanted from the Methodists so bad that he built them a new church in exchange for it, stood right over here in front of the Lightner, where you see that fountain today. So that gives you a better idea of why he wanted that property so bad. He did not want the Olivet Methodist Church sitting right between his two grand hotels. The Alphas are on our left, and of course the Ponce de Leon to your right. Including their collection of music boxes. They have hundreds and hundreds of music boxes, and they'll play them every day at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. on their tour. They're absolutely beautiful here. If you guys will take a look over at the light there, and then back over at Slagler College. You're going to see very similar design features between those two buildings. And you can still see the pool on the daily tours, ladies and gentlemen, but I wouldn't bother bringing my bathing suit. It is the Cafe Alcazar today. At the Civil Rights Museum, just ahead on our left. Now, speaking of Cora Tyson, this is her beautiful little home on the left-hand corner. Miss Tyson turned 99 on Wednesday. Now, I see her out here in the yard about once or twice a week. Saw her out here actually Wednesday afternoon on her birthday. My entire trolley sang happy birthday to her. It was quite a special moment. But sometimes I'll see her doing a little bit of yard work. More often than not, though, sitting on the patio, sipping sweet tea. Now, she's a very nice lady. She tells me that Dr. King loves sweet tea.
Well, who doesn't?
And she looks absolutely incredible for 99. Gets around great. She must be making her tea out of the fountain of youth water or something. Now, we are approaching Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue now. It's one of only 2 streets in America named after Dr. King that he's actually marched on. The other one is in Atlanta. Now, this was Central Avenue back in the 60s. Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue today, ladies and gentlemen. Now, up ahead of the far left corner is the Yalaha Plantation. Yalaha means orange in Seminole. This whole plantation was once owned by P.B. Dumas, the brother of Alexander, who wrote The Three Musketeers and The Count of Monte Cristo. As you're going to see, that house has definitely seen better days, but it's in the process of restoration right now. Really looking forward to seeing that completed. Believe it or not, they have done a ton of work on that place in the last couple of months. It was a wreck before. Now, Lincolnville contains the largest collection of Victorian-era homes in St. Augustine, and many have been restored and are quite remarkable. A really great example is coming up on this right-hand corner. The blue and white house is the Dr. Franklin Wheaton house. Now, that's one of the haunted houses that you'll see and hear all about on the Ghost of Gravestones tour, which takes you to the haunted houses and cemeteries in town and gives you the spookier side of St. Augustine's history. Really cool little paranormal tour. Take you to all the haunted places around town. Great food at the Ice Plant, guys. You can't go wrong there no matter what you order. And the St. Augustine Distillery makes whiskey, rum, vodka, and gin. They have daily tours here from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. No reservations are required. Now, that house reminds me of my hometown of Savannah, Georgia, right there. Yeah, obviously, sir, you've been to Savannah. The Korean War, Vietnam, and the Gulf War inside this plaza. And the St. Augustine Foot Soldiers Memorial to be found here. Ponce de Leon ended up dying in Puerto Rico on his way back to Spain. He'd suffered an arrow wound to his thigh while battling the Seminole Indians here in Florida. Took off back to Spain. Now, just to the other side of the Black Raven is the Scooter of Freedom. Now, that's one of the only tour boats here in town that'll actually take you out and use the power of the wind in its sails. The rest use motors to get you around the bay. So he simply abandoned that idea, came in, looted St. Augustine, and burned it to the ground. Now, it's one of the 9 times St. Augustine's been burned down, and this is the first house built since that burning. Please remain seated, everyone, until the trolley stops. If you're hearing a bell, always exit backwards as if stepping off the ladder. This is stop 15, the oldest house. Now, when you see the oldest house from St. Francis Street, it's a little bit deceiving, because you just see the front of the house and, of course, the front of the museum. But there are several acres of property back there. A couple of homes on that property. Matanzas Bay over to our right, formerly known as the Bay of the Dancing Dolphin. It was renamed Matanzas following the slaughter of 250 Frenchmen by our founder, Pedro Menendez Avalos. Now, he threw their bodies into that bay and said that the bay ran red with French blood for 3 days.
We just found a gourmet popsicle shop. I got I got frozen tongue is what I have. Blood orange cheesecake, and it's delicious.
I got honeydew, which is absolutely delicious. It's like eating a piece of frozen honeydew. It's so good.
I think it was called Hippo.
Yes, hippo.
Yeah, look it up. Good stuff.
HYPPO.
All gone. We are at Harry's in St. Augustine, although it looks like we're in Louisiana.
Hopefully it tastes like it.
Crab cakes and redfish.
Scampi style.
It's under there somewhere, I promise. I was playing with the world's biggest Lincoln logs.
And you built a wall of defense?
Yes.
We're here at Ringo's Tacos in
St. Augustine, Florida, the oldest city in I almost said the world, in the USA.
Yes, we are going to try their world famous burrito tacos and steak nachos.
And I wanted a sticker, but they don't have any more. I'm thinking about just taking this one.
Yeah, that's a good plan. We'll be here a while. He's going in, folks. He's going in. Oh, look at that. I see nothing.